In a remarkable display of investor confidence in the tech sector, 3 innovative startups have recently secured substantial funding to fuel their growth and expand their offerings. This influx of capital underscores the increasing appetite for technology solutions that cater to diverse needs, from financial services tailored for immigrants to cutting-edge artificial intelligence applications. Anysphere, a company focused on enhancing spatial data analytics, has successfully raised $105 million in its Series B funding round, marking a significant milestone for the company. The investment, which is expected to accelerate the development of its platform, was led by prominent venture capital firms, highlighting the growing interest in tools that harness spatial data for various applications. This funding will allow us to not only enhance our existing technology, but also to expand our reach into new markets, said Anysphere's CEO. This strategic injection of funds is anticipated to bolster Anysphere's position in the competitive landscape of data analytics as businesses increasingly recognize the value of leveraging spatial intelligence for decision-making. Meanwhile, LemFi, a financial services platform designed specifically for immigrants, has garnered attention by securing $53 million in Series B funding led by Highland Europe. This investment aims to enhance LemFi's offerings, which include remittance services and financial education tailored to the unique challenges faced by immigrants. Our goal is to empower immigrants with the financial tools they need to thrive in a new country, commented LemFi's founder. The funding will enable the company to expand its technological capabilities and improve user experience, ultimately facilitating better financial access for its clients. As the global immigrant population continues to rise, LemFi's solutions are positioned to meet the growing demand for inclusive financial services. In a notable development, Arva AI, an Indian-founded startup, has raised $3 million in a funding round, backed by Google. The company specializes in artificial intelligence solutions that streamline operations across various industries. This investment not only highlights the potential of Arva AI's technology, but also signifies Google's commitment to supporting innovative startups that leverage AI to drive efficiency. With this funding, we aim to enhance our product offerings and deliver even more value to our clients, said Arva AI's co-founder. This financial boost is expected to accelerate the company's growth trajectory as it continues to refine its AI-driven solutions. The recent funding rounds for Anysphere, LemFi, and Arva AI illustrate a broader trend within the technology and a significant step toward advancing the intersection of artificial intelligence and genomics. Illumina and Nvidia have announced a strategic partnership aimed at revolutionizing drug discovery and clinical research. This collaboration, unveiled at the 43rd Annual J.P. Morgan Healthcare Conference, seeks to harness the combined strengths of genomics and AI to enhance the analysis and interpretation of multiomic data, ultimately impacting human health on a global scale. Illumina, a leader in next-generation sequencing, will integrate its Trajan analysis software into Nvidia's accelerated computing platforms through the Illumina Connected Analytics ICA framework. This integration is poised to broaden the reach of Illumina's multiomics analysis, allowing researchers and institutions to leverage Nvidia's extensive GPU infrastructure. Nvidia has had great success in building GPUs as an acceleration platform, and they have a wide distribution driven by the rising demand for AI, noted Rami Mihio, Illumina's head of global software and informatics. We'll work together to ensure that Trajan can also run on GPUs. This partnership has been in the works for over a year, and while prototypes are already operational, Mihio acknowledged that further development is required before the technology is production-ready. He expressed optimism about having a fully functional solution available before the end of 2025. The collaboration comes at a crucial time when many countries are establishing national AI strategies, particularly in healthcare. We have a really unique opportunity by bringing Trajan into the Illumina platform on our GPUs, said Kimberly Powell, Nvidia's Vice President of Healthcare and Life Sciences. This initiative aims to integrate state-of-the-art genomic capabilities into national healthcare systems, potentially revolutionizing how countries manage and analyze health data. In addition to the integration of Dragon, the partnership will focus on advancing multiomic data analysis and developing new biological foundation models. The collaboration will incorporate several NVIDIA technologies, including Rapids for accelerated data science and Bionamo for drug discovery. This holistic approach aims to transition from merely reading the human genome to extracting actionable insights that can inform treatment strategies and drug development. Illumina's CEO Jacob Faison emphasized the potential of combining genomic data with AI capabilities to deepen our understanding of biology. While DNA was difficult to analyze, the integration of various omics data will exponentially increase the complexity, necessitating advanced computing power and AI to process and interpret it effectively, he remarked. This partnership is set against the backdrop of a burgeoning global genomics market, which precedents research projected to be worth nearly $38 billion in 2024. The collaboration between Illumina and Nvidia is part of a broader trend in the biotech industry, where technology firms are increasingly working with healthcare and genomic companies to leverage AI for enhanced data analysis and medical breakthroughs. In conjunction with this partnership, NVIDIA has also announced collaborations with other significant players in the healthcare sector, including IQVIA, Mayo Clinic, and the Arc Institute, further solidifying its role in advancing AI-driven solutions in healthcare. As the partnership unfolds, both companies are poised to contribute significantly to the evolving landscape of genomics and AI, promising innovations that could redefine drug discovery processes and improve patient outcomes globally. With a commitment to enhancing accessibility and utility in genomics, this collaboration not only highlights the potential of AI in healthcare, but also signals a transformative era for the industry, one where data-driven insights can lead to groundbreaking advancements in human health. Cathie Wood, the visionary investor and CEO of ARK Invest, has once again caught the attention of the market with her latest stock purchases. Known for her bold investment strategies and unwavering focus on innovation, Wood's recent moves reflect her belief in the potential of undervalued companies. As she adds to her existing positions in 3 stocks trading below $10, investors are keen to unravel her rationale and the implications for these companies moving forward. On Monday, Wood increased her stakes in 3D Systems NYSE, DDD Blade Air Mobility NASDAQ, BLDE and Recursion Pharmaceuticals NASDAQ, RXRX. These companies, while struggling in their respective sectors, present compelling narratives that could align with Wood's long-term investment philosophy. 3D Systems, once a pioneer in the 3D printing industry, is now wrestling with significant challenges. Over the past 3 years, the company has seen a continuous decline in revenue, with its latest figures indicating a staggering 50% drop in market value for 2024 alone. The decline began after a lackluster fourth-quarter report in February, where it failed to meet analyst expectations and subsequently issued bleak revenue guidance for the year. The situation has led to investors growing skeptical, particularly given that the company has not posted an operating profit in a decade. However, some analysts are cautiously optimistic, forecasting a rebound in revenue next year and a narrowing of losses. Wood's investment, despite the grim backdrop, signifies her belief in the potential turnaround of 3D Systems. Blade Air Mobility, while lesser known, is carving a niche in the air travel market with its fleet of helicopters primarily supporting organ delivery for hospitals, a business that makes up 60% of its revenue. Yet after rapid growth in 2021 and 2022, the company has witnessed a slowdown in revenue growth, dropping to 11% in its latest quarter. Analysts predict this will further decelerate to 4% in the upcoming periods. However, the narrowing of losses and the relatively low market cap compared to competitors suggest that there is still room for growth. Wood's ongoing accumulation of shares highlights her confidence that Blade Air can regain momentum and expand in the burgeoning short-range air travel market. Recursion Pharmaceuticals represents a different kind of opportunity as it seeks to revolutionize drug discovery through artificial intelligence and machine learning. Despite generating only $49.6 million in revenue against a market cap of $1.8 billion, Wood's investment is predicated on the long-term potential of its technology-driven approach. The company aims to expedite the drug development process by leveraging algorithms to identify viable treatment pathways. Wood's renewed interest in Recursion, especially after its acquisition of another AI drug discovery firm, underscores her commitment to backing innovative companies that may reshape their industries. In a contrasting move, Wood has also recently trimmed her position in Palantir Technologies NYSE PLTR, a stock that soared 340% in 2024. Palantir's data aggregation platform has attracted considerable attention from both government and commercial sectors, leading to substantial revenue growth. Despite this impressive performance, Wood's decision to sell shares could be viewed as a strategy to lock in profits while maintaining a significant stake in the company. With Palantir still representing a key holding in her portfolio, her actions suggest a calculated approach to managing her investments amid fluctuating market conditions. As Wood continues her bargain hunting in the stock market, her strategic purchases and sales reflect a nuanced understanding of market dynamics and a steadfast belief in innovation as a driving force behind long-term growth. The investments in 3D Systems, Blade Air Mobility, and Recursion Pharmaceuticals may appear risky to some, but for Wood, they are emblematic of her philosophy to back transformative technologies. As we move into 2025, the performance of these stocks will be closely monitored not just for their immediate financial outcomes, but for what they signify in the broader narrative of technological advancement and investment strategy. In a striking turn of events, former President Donald Trump has ignited controversy by hosting a private screening of a documentary that praises a lawyer responsible for devising a controversial strategy aimed at overturning the results of the 2020 election. The event, held at Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate, showcased the Eastman dilemma, lawfare of justice, which centers on attorney John Eastman. Eastman, a central figure in the legal maneuvers during the Trump administration, has faced significant scrutiny for his role in promoting what many consider to be an unprecedented attempt to subvert the electoral process. The documentary posits that a two-tiered justice system has emerged, one that disproportionately penalizes conservative figures. It features not only Eastman but also other notable associates of Trump, including former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn and former lawyer Rudy Giuliani, both of whom have been embroiled in their own legal troubles stemming from their involvement in efforts to challenge the election results. The screening, which was closed to press coverage, drew immediate backlash from commentators and political analysts alike. Simone Sanders Townsend, a prominent voice on MSNBC, articulated the sentiment of many critics when she declared, "This is sickening. Those people are not patriots. What Donald Trump did last night is a disgrace to the country. It's a disgrace to the Constitution." Her remarks highlight a broader concern among political observers regarding the normalization of actions that threaten democratic norms. During the event, Trump expressed his admiration for Eastman, stating, "I'm a big fan of John Eastman. You know, he was right. He happened to be right." This remark referenced the legal advice Eastman provided regarding the role of then Vice President Mike Pence during the certification of the election results, a role that Trump and his allies sought to manipulate. Trump's comments are particularly provocative given that they come in the wake of legislative changes enacted by President Biden to clarify the vice president's ceremonial responsibilities and to ensure the integrity of the electoral process. The timing of the documentary premiere is significant, occurring just days before the anniversary of the January 6 insurrection at the U.S. Capitol, when a pro-Trump mob attempted to disrupt the certification of the 2020 election results. It also coincides with the upcoming certification of the 2024 election results, a moment laden with political tension. Eastman currently faces multiple legal challenges, including prosecution in Georgia and Arizona for his alleged role in election interference, and a judge has recommended his disbarment for ethical violations. As the political landscape continues to evolve, the implications of this documentary and the ongoing legal battles surrounding Trump and his allies raise critical questions about accountability and the future of American democracy. The events at Mar-a-Lago serve as a reminder of the enduring divisions within the country and the complex interplay between media, politics, and justice. Observers will be watching closely to see how these developments unfold and what they may mean for the upcoming 2024 elections and beyond. In a political landscape characterized by shifting alliances and fervent rhetoric, former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo recently found himself at the center of a controversial discussion surrounding U.S.-Iran relations and corporate interests. His defense of a deal involving U.S. Steel and Japan's Nippon Steel, along with a call for Donald Trump to similarly endorse the agreement, underscores a broader narrative about American economic priorities amid rising geopolitical tensions. Pompeo's remarks come at a time when the Biden administration faces mounting scrutiny over its foreign policy strategies, particularly regarding Iran. The deal in question involves a proposed partnership that aims to bolster production capabilities and enhance competitiveness in the global market. Pompeo argued that such agreements are essential, stating America must lead in steel production to ensure our national security and economic resilience. His advocacy for the deal suggests a belief that bolstering domestic industries is vital not only for economic growth, but also for safeguarding national interests. However, Pompeo's public support for the U.S. Steel and Nippon Steel deal has raised eyebrows, particularly given his previous stance on Iran. Critics have pointed to the apparent contradiction in his positions, especially as the Trump administration's foreign policy was marked by a hardline approach towards Tehran. This backdrop of aggressive diplomacy, including sanctions and military posturing, complicates Pompeo's current calls for cooperative economic engagements. As he urged Trump to stand behind the deal, Pompeo implicitly signaled that a robust industrial base could serve as a counterbalance to adversarial nations. Compounding this complexity is the recent involvement of Keith Kellogg, Trump's incoming Ukraine and Russia envoy, in an event hosted by the Mujahideen Khalq MEK. This group, known for its controversial past and designation as a terrorist organization by the U.S. until 2012, has been criticized for advocating military actions against Iran. The National Iranian-American Council expressed deep concern over these associations, emphasizing that such ties could lead to a precarious escalation in U.S.-Iran relations. The millions of Americans who hope for peace should be alarmed by these alliances, the Council stated, highlighting the potential risks posed by hawkish elements within the Trump administration. The juxtaposition of Pompeo's economic advocacy and Kellogg's troubling affiliations raises questions about the coherence of U.S. foreign policy under a potential second Trump administration. As Pompeo champions the importance of American steel production, the implications of his past actions and alliances with organizations like the MEK cannot be overlooked. The potential for a militarized approach towards Iran driven by groups with dubious reputations poses a significant threat to diplomatic efforts and stability in the region. Looking ahead, the interplay between economic initiatives and foreign policy will likely shape the discourse as the 2024 election approaches. With key figures from the Trump administration advocating for both industrial expansion and aggressive posturing against Iran, the future of U.S. foreign relations hangs in the balance. The outcome of these dynamics could not only redefine America's approach to its adversaries, but also determine the trajectory of its domestic industries in a globalized economy. As Pompeo and others navigate this complex landscape, the stakes remain high for both national security and international diplomacy. In a striking turn of events, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) has initiated a lawsuit against Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla and owner of Twitter, alleging that he failed to timely disclose his ownership stake in Twitter before finalizing its acquisition. This legal action, announced on January 15, 2025, adds another layer of complexity to Musk's already tumultuous relationship with regulatory bodies and raises questions about compliance in the fast-paced world of technology investments. According to the SEC, Musk's failure to disclose his ownership in Twitter, which he reportedly acquired for approximately $44 billion, not only violated federal securities laws, but also undermined the transparency that is vital for maintaining investor confidence. Musk's inaction prevented investors from making informed decisions about their investments, the SEC stated in a press release accompanying the lawsuit. This accusation echoes past controversies involving Musk, particularly his infamous 2018 tweet about taking Tesla private, which resulted in a settlement with the SEC. The lawsuit is significant not only because of Musk's celebrity status, but also due to the broader implications it poses for corporate governance and regulatory compliance in the tech industry. Experts suggest that this case could redefine how executives are expected to communicate ownership stakes and other significant changes to shareholders. The case serves as a reminder that even high-profile figures like Elon Musk are not above the law when it comes to securities regulations, noted legal analyst Sarah Johnson. While the SEC's move has been met with mixed reactions, it undoubtedly reflects a growing trend in which regulatory bodies are increasingly vigilant about corporate disclosures, especially in the tech sector where rapid changes in ownership and control can have immediate market impacts. Musk's legal team has not yet publicly commented on the lawsuit, but many anticipate a robust defense, given Musk's history of challenging regulatory actions. In a separate, but equally pressing development, Musk has also been mobilizing resources to address the devastating wildfires in Los Angeles. His company Tesla has begun sending Cybertrucks to the region, repurposing them as mobile battery banks and internet terminals to support communities impacted by the fires. This initiative, announced via Musk's social media platform X, aims to provide essential power and connectivity in areas severely affected by the blazes, which have ravaged over 40,000 acres and claimed the lives of at least 24 individuals. Apologies to those expecting Cybertruck deliveries in California over the next few days, Musk tweeted. We need to use those trucks as mobile base stations to provide power to Starlink internet terminals in areas of LA without connectivity. This philanthropic effort is part of a broader response from Musk's companies, as Starlink has also announced it would provide free internet service to those affected by the fires, although the initiative has drawn scrutiny due to the requirement for customers to purchase hardware. As these developments unfold, they highlight the dual facets of Musk's influence in the technology sector, one characterized by his innovative, sometimes unconventional approach to crisis management, and the other by the legal challenges that often accompany his high-profile ventures. The SEC lawsuit could set important precedents for corporate governance, while his response to the wildfires demonstrates a commitment to leveraging technology for social good. Looking ahead, the outcomes of these events could have significant implications. If the SEC prevails, it could lead to stricter enforcement of securities laws, potentially reshaping the landscape for tech executives and their accountability. Meanwhile, Musk's efforts in response to the wildfires may enhance public perception of his companies, but they also raise questions about the long-term viability of such initiatives in the face of ongoing regulatory scrutiny. As both narratives continue to evolve, the tech world will be watching closely to see how this influential figure navigates the challenges ahead. On January 15, 2025 electric vehicle EV stocks experienced a notable rally driven primarily by positive economic news regarding inflation. Shares of industry leaders Tesla, Rivian, and chip testing company Air Test Systems saw substantial gains, with Tesla's stock jumping by 8.04%, Rivian rising by 4.5%, and Air Test Systems climbing 10.98%. This surge came despite the absence of significant company-specific announcements suggesting that broader market sentiments were at play. The day's rally was largely fueled by the release of the December Consumer Price Index (CPI), which showed a mixed picture. While the overall CPI was slightly higher than anticipated, the core CPI, which excludes the volatile food and energy sectors, came in cooler than expected. Specifically, the core CPI registered a year-over-year increase of 3.2%, lower than the 3.3% that analysts had predicted. This cooling of core inflation was significant as it alleviated fears of rising interest rates, which have been particularly impactful for high-multiple or unprofitable stocks like those in the EV sector. Inflation plays a crucial role in auto sales, especially for electric vehicles, which often come at a higher initial price compared to traditional vehicles. With the Federal Reserve's recent rate cuts, investor confidence in the EV market received a boost. As interest rates have a direct influence on financing costs for consumers, the prospect of more stable or declining rates encourages investment in these stocks. However, the rally should also be viewed in context. Tesla's recent performance has been under scrutiny, particularly after a disappointing fourth-quarter delivery report that suggested the company might face its first annual sales decline in 2024. Rivian, while having beat its delivery targets, continues to grapple with profitability, posting significant losses in recent quarters. Meanwhile, Air Test Systems has been diversifying its portfolio, but recently reported earnings that failed to meet expectations, leading to earlier stock declines. As the electric vehicle market evolves, investors remain cautious. The recent gains may not signal a definitive turnaround for the sector, especially considering the ongoing concerns about interest rates and consumer demand for EVs. Factors such as range anxiety and potential changes in government incentives, including the possibility of repealing the EV tax credit, could impact future sales. While the CPI data offers a glimmer of hope, analysts suggest that investors should remain vigilant. The current landscape for EV stocks is complex, marked by high volatility and varying profitability among key players. For those looking to navigate this space, focusing on the most resilient and profitable companies within the EV supply chain may prove to be a more prudent strategy. In other developments, Tesla CEO Elon Musk has deployed Cybertrucks to assist with recovery efforts in Los Angeles amid ongoing wildfires. These trucks are being utilized as mobile power sources and internet terminals in areas that have lost connectivity due to the disaster. Musk's commitment to leveraging Tesla technology for humanitarian efforts highlights the company's broader mission beyond just vehicle production. As the electric vehicle market continues to develop, it remains to be seen whether the recent rally reflects a sustained recovery or merely a temporary upswing. Investors and industry observers alike will be closely monitoring economic indicators, technological advancements, and governmental policy changes that could shape the future of electric mobility. SpaceX's ambitious plans for the launch of its Super Heavy Starship have encountered a temporary setback as the company has postponed the highly anticipated test flight by one day due to adverse weather conditions. Initially scheduled for Wednesday, January 15, 2025, the launch is now slated for Thursday, January 16, following a busy week for the aerospace company that included the successful launch of over 100 small payloads from California and 2 commercial moon landers from Florida atop Falcon 9 rockets. The upcoming test flight marks the 7th iteration of the Super Heavy Starship program, which aims to push the boundaries of rocket technology. The flight is timed to coincide with other significant events in the space community, including a NASA spacewalk and the maiden launch of Blue Origin's New Glenn rocket. The New Glenn, though less powerful than SpaceX's Super Heavy, represents significant competition in the commercial launch sector, further intensifying the stakes of the upcoming tests. The Super Heavy Starship is a monumental achievement in rocket engineering, generating an impressive 16 million pounds of thrust using 33 methane-fueled Raptor engines. If the weather permits, the launch is set to occur at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time from SpaceX's Boca Chica facility in Texas. This ambitious flight plan will see the Super Heavy first stage boost the Starship upper stage through the lower atmosphere before attempting recovery via a technique SpaceX has dubbed catching, using giant mechanical arms on the launch tower. This method has seen varying success in previous attempts, with the most recent catch being successful, but earlier flights encountering obstacles that necessitated splashdown in the Gulf of Mexico. As SpaceX continues to refine its technology, the company has implemented numerous upgrades to this iteration of the Starship, which it describes as a new generation. The focus is on enhancing performance and testing systems crucial for eventual stage recovery. This new year will be transformational for Starship, SpaceX stated, emphasizing its goal of achieving full system reuse and executing increasingly ambitious missions, including potential human and cargo flights to Earth orbit, the Moon, and even Mars. While SpaceX remains a dominant player in the commercial spaceflight arena, its competitor Blue Origin is also making strides. The New Glenn rocket, now rescheduled for launch at 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Thursday, faced its own delays due to a technical glitch and inclement weather. Like SpaceX's Falcon 9 rockets, New Glenn is designed to be reusable, with efforts to recover its first stage at sea. This increased competition between the two companies signals a rapidly evolving landscape in the space industry, where innovation and reliability are key to securing contracts and advancing space exploration. Looking ahead, both SpaceX's Super Heavy Starship and Blue Origin's New Glenn represent critical milestones in the push toward more reliable and cost-effective space travel. As the space race intensifies, the outcomes of these test flights will not only shape the future of their respective companies, but also the broader trajectory of commercial space exploration. With an eye on the horizon, industry watchers are keenly anticipating the developments that will unfold over the coming months. In a significant legal development, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) has filed a lawsuit against Elon Musk, alleging that the billionaire entrepreneur failed to promptly disclose his substantial ownership stake in Twitter, now rebranded as X, prior to his acquisition of the company. This lawsuit, announced on January 14, 2025, claims that Musk's actions allowed him to acquire shares at artificially low prices, ultimately costing investors millions of dollars. The SEC's allegations date back to early 2022, when Musk began purchasing shares of Twitter. By mid-March of that year, he held more than 5% of the company's outstanding stock, a threshold that legally necessitated disclosure to the SEC. However, the commission contends that Musk delayed this disclosure until April 4, 2022, 11 days after the deadline, allowing him to benefit from lower prices at the expense of other investors. According to the SEC, this oversight resulted in at least $150 million in losses for individuals who sold Twitter shares during that timeframe. Investors who sold Twitter common stock during this period did so at artificially low prices, and thus suffered substantial economic harm, the SEC stated in its suit. In response, the Commission is seeking not only the disgorgement of what it terms unjust enrichment, but also civil penalties against Musk. The outspoken entrepreneur, known for his confrontational stance against regulatory bodies, took to X to express his disdain for the SEC, labeling it a totally broken organization. Musk criticized the agency for pursuing what he described as frivolous actions, while ignoring more pressing issues. His attorney Alex Spiro echoed this sentiment. asserting that the lawsuit represents a failure on the part of the SEC to substantiate any real wrongdoing on Musk's part. This lawsuit marks another chapter in Musk's complicated relationship with the SEC. In 2018, the agency accused him of misleading investors about Tesla's privatization, a case that culminated in a settlement. Additionally, the SEC sought to compel Musk to testify regarding his dealings with X in 2023, which he ultimately did. The timing of the lawsuit is noteworthy as it comes just before the anticipated resignation of SEC Chairman Gary Gensler, with a new administration poised to take over under President-elect Donald Trump. Trump has appointed Paul Atkins as the incoming head of the SEC, raising questions about whether the new leadership will continue to pursue this case against Musk, who has been a vocal supporter of Trump and is set to lead the Department of Government Efficiency. As this legal battle unfolds, it underscores the ongoing scrutiny faced by high-profile figures like Musk in the realm of securities regulation. The outcome of this case could have broader implications not only for Musk personally, but also for the future of corporate governance and investor protection in the fast-evolving tech landscape. With the potential for significant penalties and a precedent-setting ruling, all eyes will be on the SEC and the courtroom as the saga develops. In a groundbreaking development for brain-computer interface BCI technology, Elon Musk announced that Neuralink has successfully implanted devices in 3 human subjects, marking a significant milestone in the quest to integrate human cognition with machines. Speaking at a recent event in Las Vegas, which was streamed live on his platform X, formerly Twitter, Musk elaborated on the company's ambitious plans to expand its human trials with a goal of implanting devices in an additional 20 to 30 participants in 2025. "We've got 3 humans with Neuralinks and all are working well," Musk stated, emphasizing that advancements have been made since the initial implants, including enhancements in electrode density, bandwidth, and battery longevity. These upgrades are crucial as Neuralink strives to refine its technology for practical applications. Among the recipients, the first 2 have begun to showcase the device's capabilities. The first participant, who lives with paralysis, has utilized the implant to engage in gaming and play chess activities that highlight the potential for BCIs to restore a sense of agency in individuals with mobility limitations. The second recipient, who has a spinal cord injury, is using the device to not only play video games, but also to learn computer-aided design software, illustrating the technology's versatility in assisting users in creative and cognitive tasks. Details regarding the third recipient remain closely guarded, raising questions about the implications of privacy and ethics in such pioneering endeavors. Despite Neuralink's prominent position in the BCI landscape, the field is rapidly evolving, with over 45 clinical trials currently underway globally. These trials explore a range of applications, from enhancing communication in ALS patients to addressing various brain disorders. Rajesh Rao, co-director of the Center for Neurotechnology at the University of Washington, acknowledged Neuralink's innovations in robotic-assisted surgery and flexible electrode threads, yet he highlighted the competitive nature of the BCI sector. Companies like Synchron and BlackRock Neurotech are also making strides, focusing on less invasive methodologies that may provide more versatile treatment options. The potential of BCIs to transform the lives of those with paralysis and neurological conditions is immense, yet experts remain cautious. Marco Baptista, Chief Scientific Officer at the Christopher and Dana Reeve Foundation, praised the technology as very exciting but underscored the necessity for extensive clinical data to ascertain safety and efficacy. "This is clearly high risk, high reward. We don't know how safe or feasible it will be," he stated, reflecting the broader concerns surrounding such experimental medical devices. Neuralink's journey toward clinical application began in earnest when it received regulatory clearance for human trials in 2023. Dr. Rita Redberg, a cardiologist and expert on medical device regulations, pointed out the rigorous oversight involved in the development of high-risk devices like BCIs. The FDA ensures safety at every step from recruiting patients to testing devices. She explained, noting the crucial role of institutional review boards in evaluating the risks and benefits for participants. As Neuralink continues to push boundaries, it faces a landscape filled with innovation and competition. For instance, Synchron's BCI employs minimally invasive techniques, while BlackRock Neurotech integrates neural recording with stimulation, demonstrating the diverse approaches being explored in this burgeoning field. The developments in BCI technology signal a new era of possibilities for individuals with disabilities, raising both hope and ethical considerations. As Musk's Neuralink and its competitors forge ahead, the outcomes of these trials will not only shape the future of neurotechnology, but also influence the broader discourse on the intersection of human capabilities and machine integration. As 2025 unfolds, the tech community and the public alike will be watching closely to see how these innovations evolve and what they mean for the future of human-machine interaction. In a rapidly evolving technological landscape, the dialogues surrounding artificial intelligence (AI) and its implications for the future are becoming increasingly pertinent. Recently, Sam Altman, CEO of OpenAI, articulated his vision for the future of AI during two significant public appearances, shedding light on the company's leadership, its approach to artificial general intelligence (AGI), and the challenges it faces in this transformative era. During a candid conversation on the Rethinking podcast, hosted by organizational psychologist Adam Grant, Altman posited that traditional notions of intelligence may be shifting. He emphasized that as AI technology becomes more integrated into everyday tasks, the ability to ask the right questions may surpass raw intellectual capacity. There will be a kind of ability we still really value, but it will not be raw intellectual horsepower to the same degree, he remarked. Figuring out what questions to ask will be more important than figuring out the answer. This perspective underscores a significant transition in how we engage with technology. It suggests that critical thinking and curiosity will be vital skills in an AI-enhanced world. Altman's insights come against a backdrop where AI tools are reshaping various sectors, including search engines and productivity applications. As users increasingly adopt platforms like OpenAI's ChatGPT, many are finding that their ability to leverage these technologies effectively hinges on their prompting skills. Altman pointed out that many users struggle to harness the full potential of AI due to inadequate prompt engineering. This highlights a growing need for education and resource development around effective AI interaction, a sentiment echoed by Microsoft, which has initiated efforts to enhance user engagement with its Copilot tool. The need for improved prompt crafting is not merely a technical issue, it represents a broader cultural shift in how we approach problem solving. Altman noted that there's going to be a new way we work on the hard problems, suggesting that as AI capabilities advance, so too must our methods for addressing complex challenges. This evolution necessitates a re-evaluation of educational strategies and professional development focused on critical questioning rather than rote memorization of facts. Amidst these discussions, Altman's comments on the future of AI raise essential questions about the ethical implications of such technologies. As AI systems become more autonomous, concerns about their capacity for self-improvement and the potential consequences of such developments loom large. Altman acknowledged the risks involved, emphasizing the importance of responsible AI deployment to prevent unintended consequences. As the AI landscape continues to mature, the convergence of technological advancement and human creativity will likely define the next chapter of innovation. Mark Zuckerberg, in a recent exchange with Altman, encapsulated the urgency of this moment, stating, "In a world that's changing so quickly, the biggest risk you can take is not taking any risk." This assertion resonates deeply within the current climate, where adaptation and forward-thinking approaches are essential for both individuals and organizations looking to thrive. In conclusion, as we navigate this period of unprecedented change, the dialogues around AI and its implications will only intensify. The emphasis on asking the right questions and the need for nuanced understanding of AI tools will shape how society harnesses these technologies. Moving forward, it will be crucial for industry's educators and policymakers to foster environments that encourage innovative thinking and responsible AI usage, ensuring that as we advance we do so with foresight and ethical consideration. The future of AI promises to be as exciting as it is complex, and the ongoing conversations led by figures like Altman will undoubtedly play a pivotal role in shaping its trajectory. In a bold move that could redefine the landscape of artificial intelligence, Francois Chalat, the co-creator of the popular deep learning framework Keras, and Mike Knoop, co-founder of Zapier, have launched a new research initiative named Nvidia. This lab aspires to develop artificial general intelligence (AGI) by merging intuitive deep learning with structured reasoning through a method they call guided program synthesis. Their vision is ambitious: to create AI systems capable of continuous self-improvement without the traditional bottlenecks that have hindered progress in the field. In a recent blog post on Nvidia's website, Chalat and Knoop articulated their belief that current AI models are fundamentally limited by their dependence on massive datasets and their inability to adapt to new tasks efficiently. They argue that the path to true AGI lies not in merely enhancing existing technologies, but in innovating entirely new approaches. "We need computers that can pose problems and explore new territory," Chalat stated, emphasizing the need for AI that can innovate rather than just apply known solutions. They envision a paradigm shift that would enable AI to engage in creative problem-solving, thereby accelerating scientific discovery. The duo's approach diverges significantly from traditional deep learning methodologies, which often rely on interpolation between known data points. Instead, they propose program synthesis, an approach that seeks discrete programs that explain datasets. This method promises greater generalization capabilities with fewer data requirements, potentially overcoming some of the most entrenched challenges in AI research. Chalat and Knoop have set a lofty goal for Nvidia: to create a factory for rapid scientific advancement. This initiative aims to tackle pressing challenges across various fields, from autonomous vehicles to sustainable energy solutions. "If we're successful, we won't stop at AI," Chalat remarked on social media, indicating that they intend to leverage their technology to address a wide array of scientific issues. Their ambition extends to compressing centuries of scientific progress into mere decades, a vision rooted in the belief that AGI can unlock unprecedented knowledge and innovation. Despite the optimism surrounding their goals, Chalat is realistic about the challenges ahead. He acknowledged that achieving such breakthroughs is not guaranteed, but expressed a strong belief in the potential of their approach. "We believe we have a small but real chance of achieving a breakthrough, creating AI that can keep improving over time with no bottlenecks in sight," he noted. This confidence is bolstered by the recognition that program synthesis is gaining traction among leading AI laboratories, even if many view it as only a small component of the AGI puzzle. To realize their ambitious vision, Nvidia is on the lookout for top talent in the field of program synthesis. The company operates as a fully remote organization, signaling a modern approach to building a diverse and skilled team capable of significant advancements in AI research. Chalat and Knoop aim to assemble the world's most talented program synthesis experts, marking a crucial step in their quest for AGI. The founders bring considerable experience to this new venture. Chalat's previous work at Google included significant contributions to deep learning research, while Knoop's background in AI automation at Zapier equips him with unique insights into practical applications of AI technologies. Their combined expertise positions Nvidia as a formidable contender in the race toward AGI. As Nvidia embarks on this ambitious journey, the implications of their work could extend far beyond the realm of artificial intelligence. The lab is driven by a belief that AGI could serve as a catalyst for solving some of humanity's most pressing issues, unlocking opportunities that have previously been deemed unattainable. While the road ahead is fraught with uncertainties, Chalit and Noop's vision for India represents a significant step towards harnessing AI for the greater good. The tech community will undoubtedly be watching closely as they strive to operationalize AGI and redefine what is possible in the world of artificial intelligence. In a significant move, reflecting the growing convergence of artificial intelligence and media, OpenAI has announced a landmark partnership with Axios aimed at bolstering local news coverage in the United States. Under this 3-year agreement, OpenAI will financially support Axios as it expands its local newsletter offerings into 4 new cities: Pittsburgh, Kansas City, Missouri, Boulder, Colorado, and Huntsville, Alabama. This collaboration marks a notable shift as it is the first instance of OpenAI funding a media outlet's newsroom directly, further solidifying its commitment to leveraging AI in the journalism landscape. OpenAI's CEO Sam Altman emphasized the importance of this partnership in a recent blog post, stating, "In the next phase of our work, including our latest partnership with Axios, we're focusing on helping publishers more effectively integrate our tools to benefit their missions and their businesses." This initiative illustrates OpenAI's intent to play a pivotal role in enhancing the capabilities of news organizations, particularly in an era where local journalism faces challenges such as declining revenue and readership. This partnership comes at a time of heightened scrutiny regarding AI's role in content creation and distribution. OpenAI has previously engaged in content-sharing deals with several prominent publications, including Vox Media and The Atlantic. However, the Axios collaboration is unique in its approach as it integrates funding directly into the operational fabric of a newsroom. As Axios seeks to extend its reach, this partnership is not only about financial backing, but also about innovating how news is produced and disseminated in specific communities. In parallel to these developments, the U.S. government is also navigating the complex landscape of AI regulation and infrastructure. President Biden recently signed an executive order designating federal lands for the construction of AI data centers, which must utilize clean energy sources. This initiative is tied to Biden's overarching framework for regulating frontier AI models, which aims to ensure that the deployment of these models is done with careful oversight, particularly in critical areas such as cybersecurity and national security. Biden's executive order follows his earlier directives aimed at establishing guidelines for the responsible development and use of AI technologies. The latest regulations expand upon export controls for AI chips, particularly targeting adversarial nations such as China. By dividing countries into groups of allies and those facing restrictions, the Biden administration is attempting to maintain a competitive edge in AI technology while safeguarding national interests. However, these measures have drawn criticism from industry leaders, including Nvidia, whose Vice President of Government Affairs, Ned Finkel, voiced concerns that such regulations could jeopardize global AI innovation. OpenAI's strategic positioning in this evolving landscape is further underscored by its proactive approach to shaping AI policy in the U.S. The organization has laid out a comprehensive framework dubbed AI in America, which advocates for a robust and secure AI ecosystem. OpenAI emphasizes the necessity for the U.S. to remain an attractive market for AI investments, warning that failure to do so could result in lost opportunities to countries with less stringent regulatory environments. As the intersection of AI and media continues to grow, the implications of OpenAI's partnership with Axios extend beyond local news. This collaboration could serve as a model for future engagements between tech companies and media organizations, potentially transforming how news is produced and consumed. Furthermore, as regulatory frameworks evolve, the role of AI in journalism will likely become a focal point of discussion, raising important questions about ethics, accuracy, and the future of news dissemination. Looking ahead, the partnership between OpenAI and Axios may pave the way for innovative approaches to local journalism, while the ongoing regulatory developments will shape the broader AI landscape. Stakeholders across the industry will be closely monitoring these trends as they hold the potential to redefine the relationship between technology and media, influencing how information is shared and consumed in the digital age. In a remarkable economic turnaround, Argentina has witnessed a dramatic reduction in inflation under the leadership of President Javier Milei, whose administration has prioritized aggressive reforms and austerity measures. As reported by the National Institute of Statistics and Census Index, Argentina's annual inflation rate decreased to 117.8% in 2024, down from an alarming 211.4% the previous year. This marked the most significant decline in inflation in over 4 years, signaling a potential recovery for the South American nation. The end of 2024 saw inflation stabilize at 2.7% in December, a minor uptick from November's record low of 2.4%. Economy Minister Luis Caputo attributed the slight rise to seasonal factors linked to the holiday season and summer vacations, while emphasizing that the overall trend of disinflation is continuing. The inflation data throughout the first year of administration reflect a promise fulfilled, a sensible economic plan and the basis for Argentina to grow steadily, the economy ministry stated on social media. Milei's administration initiated sweeping reforms in response to the severe economic crisis that characterized his early months in office. Upon taking power, Argentina was grappling with skyrocketing inflation, which peaked at nearly 300% in May 2024. To combat this, the government implemented a stringent austerity program that included slashing federal spending, deregulating various sectors of the economy, and devaluing the peso by 50%. These measures, while harsh, were aimed at stabilizing the economy and curbing inflation. The impacts of these reforms have been profound. While unemployment has risen and poverty has surged, many Argentinians have begun to see the benefits of lower inflation rates. Milei's approach has not only garnered attention domestically, but has also attracted international recognition. Recently, he was awarded the prestigious Genesis Prize by Israel, acknowledging his support for the country and commitment to Jewish values. In remarks following the award announcement, Milei expressed his honor at receiving the prize and reaffirmed his dedication to strengthening Argentina's ties with Israel. Despite the positive inflation trajectory, challenges remain. Critics have raised concerns regarding the negative social impacts of Milei's austerity measures, with rising unemployment and poverty levels creating a complex landscape for his administration. However, public sentiment appears to be gradually shifting, with Milei's approval rating hovering around 50%, suggesting that many citizens are willing to support the difficult reforms in exchange for economic stability. Furthermore, the Central Bank of the Argentine Republic (BCRA) has adjusted its monetary policy in response to these developments. Following the INDEC report, the BCRA announced a reduction in the peso's controlled devaluation rate from 2% to 1% per month effective February 2025. This move is indicative of a broader confidence in the sustainability of the disinflation process. As Javier Milei's government continues to navigate the challenges of economic recovery, the coming months will be critical in determining whether these initial successes can be built upon. With a focus on stabilizing the economy, Milei's administration faces the dual task of fostering growth while addressing the social ramifications of its policies. The path forward remains uncertain, yet the initial results of his tenure offer a glimmer of hope for a nation long plagued by economic instability. Whether this momentum can be sustained will likely shape the future of Argentina and its position in the global economic landscape. And a significant step towards international collaboration in artificial intelligence. India has announced its co-chairmanship of the upcoming Summit for Action on Artificial Intelligence, set to take place in Paris on February 10 to 11, 2025. The announcement made by French Minister Clara Chapaz, following a cabinet meeting, underscores the increasing recognition of AI's global impact and the necessity for a coordinated approach to its development and deployment. The summit aims to gather a diverse group of stakeholders from around the world, including government leaders, civil society representatives, researchers, and business executives. Chapaz emphasized the importance of this gathering, stating it will bring together leaders from all over the world, from government, civil society, and the world of research and business. The event is expected to attract nearly 1,000 participants, including prominent figures from the tech industry such as Sam Altman, CEO of OpenAI, Dario Amodei of Anthropic, and Arthur Mensch from Mistral AI. Notable academic contributors, including Demis Hassabis of Google's DeepMind and Nobel laureate Daron Acemoglu, are also slated to attend. Prime Minister Narendra Modi of India has confirmed his participation, highlighting the country's commitment to playing a pivotal role in shaping global AI policies. French President Emmanuel Macron has extended invitations to a range of influential leaders, including Donald Trump, who will have recently assumed office as the U.S. president, and Elon Musk, the owner of the X social network. The Paris summit comes at a time when the world is grappling with the rapid advancements in AI technology, which pose both opportunities and challenges. As nations seek to harness AI for economic growth and social good, the summit will serve as a platform for discussing regulatory frameworks, ethical considerations, and collaborative strategies to ensure that AI development is safe and inclusive. The global AI landscape is evolving at an unprecedented pace, with countries striving to establish their positions as leaders in the field. The collaborative efforts at the Paris summit represent a crucial moment for international dialogue on AI governance, addressing issues such as data privacy, algorithmic bias, and the environmental impact of AI technologies. As the summit approaches, stakeholders will undoubtedly be keen to explore actionable solutions that can pave the way for responsible AI innovation. The outcomes of this gathering could shape the future of AI policy and cooperation, influencing how countries manage the complexities of this transformative technology. Looking ahead, the Paris summit is likely to set the stage for increased collaboration in AI governance, fostering a shared understanding of the technology's potential and pitfalls. As nations navigate the intricacies of artificial intelligence, the need for a unified approach to its governance will become ever more critical, emphasizing the importance of forums like this in shaping a sustainable and equitable AI future. As the United States prepares for a new presidential administration, a timely letter from the editors of the esteemed scientific journal Nature is urging the incoming President Donald Trump to prioritize science as a critical tool for addressing the health, prosperity, and safety of the nation and the world. With Trump set to be inaugurated as the 47th president on January 20, 2025, Nature's editorial emphasizes that the future of American science, and by extension American leadership on global issues, depends on the commitment to research and innovation. The letter highlights that the United States has a storied history of excellence in science and research, underscored by major initiatives such as the Human Genome Project. This $3 billion investment not only revolutionized medical understanding but also contributed an estimated $1 trillion to the economy within a decade of its completion. Such data makes a compelling case for the importance of sustained federal support for scientific research, particularly in fundamental science and international collaboration. Nature's editors articulated a pressing concern: while the scientific community has the potential to offer solutions to significant global challenges, ranging from climate change to infectious diseases, governments often underutilize this resource. As the editorial notes, science could solve some of the world's biggest problems. Why aren't governments using it? This question is particularly relevant as the nation grapples with ongoing climate crises such as the recent wildfires in California, which are exacerbated by human-induced climate change. The letter calls for a strategic approach to climate and energy security, emphasizing that the scientific consensus on the impact of fossil fuels cannot be ignored. As the editorial states, the overwhelming consensus of researchers is that all nations are vulnerable to severe disruptions from continued burning of fossil fuels. The incoming administration is encouraged to build upon existing policies aimed at combating climate change rather than retreating from global cooperation. In this regard, the United States' role in international accords is paramount, as withdrawal could jeopardize both national and global safety. In addressing the administration's intentions for government reform, the editors express concern over how such changes might affect the allocation of research funds and the approval processes for biomedical innovations. They advocate for a transparent dialogue with a diverse range of stakeholders, including researchers and consumers, to ensure that new policies are informed by those most affected by them. This cooperative approach is essential for developing effective solutions to complex problems. Transparency in science and governance is underscored as a non-negotiable principle in modern society. The editorial warns against the potential pitfalls of frequent administrative changes that could destabilize the scientific workforce within government agencies. The editors assert such a change would not serve the interests of people in the United States, arguing that a stable and expert civil service is vital for public safety in matters like climate resilience and disease management. As the letter concludes, the editors of Nature remind the president-elect that robust support for science is not merely an academic concern, it is a necessity for the well-being of the American populace and the global community. They assert the more you can support science, the better it will be for the United States and its people, and ultimately for the planet on which we all depend. This sentiment points to the potential for a positive legacy should the Trump administration choose to embrace science as a core component of its policy agenda. As the nation stands on the brink of a new era in leadership, the call for a science-led approach resonates strongly. The outcomes of these pressing issues will undoubtedly shape the future of both the United States and the international landscape, making it imperative that science remains at the forefront of decision-making processes in the years to come. In an era where global security increasingly relies on technology, the U.S. Space Force (USSF) has taken significant steps to address emerging threats to its navigational systems. Slingshot Aerospace, a leader in AI-powered satellite technology, has been awarded a $1.9 million contract to enhance its existing GPS jamming detection capabilities. This initiative is part of the U.S. government's broader strategy to combat the growing risks associated with GPS jamming and spoofing, which pose serious threats not only to military operations, but also to everyday civilian activities. The newly initiated program, known as PNT Sentinel Positioning, Navigation and Timing, Secure Electronic Navigation Threat Intelligence and Location, aims to leverage advanced geolocation and artificial intelligence to detect and predict GPS interference in near real time. This capability is crucial as adversaries increasingly turn to GPS jamming and spoofing as tactical tools to undermine both military effectiveness and civilian infrastructure. According to Tim Somes, CEO of Slingshot Aerospace, modern military operations rely on space systems like GPS. So it's no surprise that GPS jamming is already a pervasive threat. The implications of GPS interference extend beyond the battlefield. Many sectors, including finance, aviation, and transportation, depend on the reliability of GPS signals for their operations. Disruptions can lead to significant consequences, from failed financial transactions to compromised air traffic control, highlighting the urgent need for robust countermeasures. Slingshot's innovative approach builds on its previous work under the Deep Data Exploitation and Enhanced Processing contract initiated in 2021, which established the foundation for its current technologies. The company's solution utilizes a mesh network of thousands of satellites to gather and analyze GPS signal degradation across the globe, providing a comprehensive view of interference incidents. This space-based detection system offers advantages over traditional ground-based methods, which often suffer from limited coverage and static positioning. Key enhancements under the PNT Sentinel initiative include the integration of advanced pattern recognition algorithms to identify jamming events, multi-GNSS processing capabilities to monitor various satellite systems, and interoperability with existing military systems. These improvements will enable rapid dissemination of information to military personnel, allowing for timely and informed decision-making in critical situations. Additionally, the incorporation of Slingshot's AI model named Agatha will assist in identifying anomalous behavior within satellite constellations, further refining the system's detection capabilities. The goal is to create a more robust and automated framework for recognizing and responding to both intentional and accidental GPS interferences. As the reliance on global navigation satellite systems (GNSS) grows, so too does the importance of safeguarding these infrastructures from malicious attacks. With Slingshot Aerospace at the forefront of this technological evolution, the USSF aims to enhance its situational awareness, improve operational efficiency, and secure the integrity of GPS signals in an increasingly contested space environment. Looking ahead, the developments stemming from this partnership could set a precedent for how military and civilian sectors collaborate to protect critical technologies against emerging threats. As GPS jamming and spoofing continue to evolve, the ongoing efforts of Slingshot Aerospace and the USSF will be pivotal in ensuring that both military operations and civilian life can proceed with the confidence that their navigational systems remain secured. In an era marked by rapid technological advancements, the landscape of espionage is on the brink of transformation, primarily driven by the integration of artificial intelligence (AI) into intelligence operations. A recent article by Anne Neuberger, Deputy National Security Advisor for Cyber and Emerging Technology, published in Foreign Affairs, explores the profound implications of AI in reshaping how intelligence agencies operate, particularly in the context of U.S. national security. Historically, the United States has faced critical intelligence challenges akin to those of the early Cold War. In the 1950s, outdated reconnaissance methods prompted the development of the U-2 reconnaissance aircraft, which became a crucial asset in gathering intelligence on Soviet military capabilities. Today, the U.S. finds itself in a similar situation as it grapples with intensifying global competition, particularly with adversaries like China and Russia. The urgency to leverage the strengths of the private sector and foster innovation in AI is paramount for the U.S. intelligence community to maintain its competitive edge. Neuberger emphasizes that AI can significantly enhance the speed and accuracy of intelligence analysis by processing vast amounts of data rapidly. AI has the potential to identify threats, such as missile launches or military movements, more efficiently than traditional methods. This capability is critical in ensuring timely and actionable intelligence for policymakers. AI-driven multimodal models, which can analyze text, images, and audio simultaneously, could revolutionize how intelligence is gathered and interpreted, providing a comprehensive view of emerging threats. The ability to automate routine tasks also stands to increase productivity within the intelligence community. AI can take over repetitive tasks, like language translation, allowing analysts to focus on deeper, more strategic analyses. The advancements in AI, particularly in language model capabilities, are already being harnessed by U.S. intelligence agencies, proving to be a worthwhile investment. However, challenges remain, particularly in ensuring that AI systems are trained on diverse datasets to accurately understand nuances in language and culture. despite the promising prospects of AI in enhancing intelligence operations. Neuberger warns of the significant risks that accompany these advancements. Adversaries such as China are rapidly developing their own AI technologies, often without the ethical constraints that govern U.S. practices. The lack of privacy protections in authoritarian regimes allows for extensive data collection, giving these nations a strategic advantage in the AI arms race. The proliferation of open-source AI technologies further complicates the landscape as various actors, including criminal organizations and rogue states, gain access to powerful tools that could be used against U.S. interests. As AI becomes an integral part of intelligence operations, safeguarding its integrity from adversarial threats will be crucial. Neuberger advocates for robust investment in secure AI models and the establishment of standards for continuous assessment to mitigate vulnerabilities. Collaboration with allies and investment in counter-AI technologies will also be necessary to counter the growing threat posed by adversaries equipped with advanced AI capabilities. Looking forward, it is clear that the U.S. intelligence community must undergo a cultural shift to fully embrace the potential of AI. This includes reimagining partnerships with the private sector where collaboration can enable rapid advancements without starting from scratch. The White House has already taken steps to integrate AI safely and ethically within national security agencies, and Congress will need to support these initiatives with appropriate funding and oversight. As the Biden administration prepares for the transition to the Trump administration, the commitment to maintaining a competitive edge in AI will remain a pivotal aspect of U.S. foreign policy. The integration of AI into intelligence operations is not merely a technological upgrade, it represents a strategic imperative for the U.S. to effectively navigate a complex and rapidly evolving global landscape. Only by harnessing the power of AI can the U.S. ensure that its intelligence capabilities remain robust and responsive to the challenges of tomorrow, ultimately shaping the future of espionage in a digital age. As Donald Trump prepares to assume the presidency for a second term, Wall Street is abuzz with optimism. Bankers and financial executives are eagerly anticipating policy changes that could reverse the regulatory constraints imposed during Joe Biden's presidency. Jamie Dimon, CEO of J.P. Morgan Chase, expressed the sentiment of many in the financial sector, noting that Trump's election victory has reignited hope for a more favorable economic climate. Under Biden, the financial industry faced increased scrutiny regarding mergers and bank fees, along with a slew of new capital market rules. Now, with Trump's inauguration just days away, financiers are poised to see how the incoming administration will reshape the economic landscape. Trump's return to power comes at a time when the economy remains a critical concern for many Americans. Recent polling data reveals a deeply divided public sentiment regarding his impending term. According to a YouGov poll conducted from January 12 to 14, 2025, 47% of U.S. adults expressed either enthusiasm or satisfaction about Trump's presidency, while 45% reported feeling upset or dissatisfied. Notably, support for Trump is markedly stronger among Republican respondents, with 71% expressing enthusiasm compared to only 16% of Democrats. This partisan divide underscores the complex feelings surrounding Trump's leadership, particularly as he navigates the economic challenges that lie ahead. Amidst the political turmoil, the economic outlook remains grim for many. The same YouGov poll indicated that a significant portion of the population views the current U.S. economy unfavorably, with 35% categorizing it as poor and only 25% as good. This perception is particularly pronounced among Democrats, who have become increasingly pessimistic since the election. In contrast, Republicans are showing signs of optimism, with a notable increase in those expecting their financial situation to improve in the coming year. While the financial sector anticipates a lift from a Trump presidency, the broader economic context remains fraught with challenges. The lingering effects of inflation, supply chain disruptions, and ongoing wildfires in Southern California have compounded concerns about economic stability. As 74% of Americans reported being aware of these recent wildfires, 62% attribute at least some responsibility to climate change. Illustrating the growing intersection of environmental issues and economic discourse. In addition to economic matters, Trump's administration is already stirring controversy with its bold proposals. Plans to explore territorial acquisitions, including the Panama Canal and Greenland, have met with skepticism from the public. A significant majority opposes these initiatives, reflecting a cautious approach to foreign policy that may dominate Trump's second term. As Trump steps into the role of president once again, the impact of his policies on Wall Street and the broader economy will be closely scrutinized. His administration's approach to deregulation and economic stimulus could either invigorate financial markets or exacerbate existing challenges. With so much at stake, all eyes will be on the new administration's actions in the coming weeks, particularly as it seeks to navigate a complex political landscape filled with both opportunities and pitfalls. The future of the economy, and the American public's perception of its trajectory, will depend heavily on the decisions made in these early days of Trump's presidency.